because Jubilee that has got that political party's benefit.
Okay, quite interesting. So, do you see an end to the squabbles and the push and pull in the Jubilee party between these two teams with this single action that has been taken? I don't see it all too late, because last week the tribunal spoke, right?
Yes.
And they send them back to the drawing board, go and exhaust all the internal dispute resolution mechanism. Do you see this ending because of this single act by the former president?
Yes, because you see that what is the role and the powers of the party leader? After speaking that there'll be peace within the party, and he said that for those who do not believe in the party, they should leave. Meaning that if Kanini Kega and Sabina Chege feel like they are rebel within Jubilee, they actually should leave, because the party constitution is very clear. And who has spoken? The party leader. Not the deputy party leader, not the secretary general like Kioni. Yeah. And of course, coming in the mid of this chaos the way they were there, shows that the president is saying that this party is very important to him. And of course, remember that some of the people now in Kenya Kwanza were in Jubilee and they left Jubilee. This was also another message to say that Jubilee is taking a tangent of its own. And you know, let me tell you what, Ken, you know, if we vote people to power who do not have social capital, like Uhuru had social capital, Kibaki had social capital. Some people only have financial capital, which means they buy their way into government. They can only continue by buying people, sending people like Kanini Kega and the rest, using money to influence, because they have no social capital. Okay. And that's why the economy is suffering, because now, look, at the center stage is politics, which party, who is the party leader. We should be focusing on fixing the economy. And I think the former president was very clear. Let Kenya Kwanza focus on delivering to the people. Okay. Let them leave political parties aside and focus on the economy.
How does this undermine his standing? Because one, he's the only retired president. We know we didn't see Jomo Kenyattas actively because he died in office. Yes. But even after President Moi left, he kept off politics completely. And we had President Kibaki kept off politics completely. Now we have President Uhuru Kenyatta, and you see President Uhuru Kenyatta is very active. How does this compromise his standing as an elder, as a former president in this country?
First of all, I don't think there's something wrong there, because you have to understand circumstances are very different. Look at how this government came to office. Look at the behavior of this government. As I told you, this government is a government that lacks social capital. And because they lack social capital, when President Ruto came into power, you've seen what he has done. He has been trying to consolidate the power too much and suppressing the opposition. There are some MPs who have been bought. These Sabina Chege and Kanini Kega met him in his state house. So you can actually say he engineered the fall of Jubilee in this means. Okay. And I'm sure that, you see, Uhuru Kenyatta didn't do to Moi's party, because actually, didn't do to Kibaki's party, because actually KANU was in his coalition. And here we are finding whereby the party of the former president, for the first time, is not in the ruling coalition. Remember the one for Moi, that was KANU. It is Uhuru who was leading that party, and he didn't do what Kanini Kega is doing. So I'm saying that it should not be looked at Uhuru. Do you want him to just keep quiet when people are bungling a party? I think he's coming back by saying we have to live in political parties, we have to live in the power of democracy, we have to follow the constitution, and let us not interfere with political parties. Okay. Weakening opposition is not the way to go. Okay. And I'm sure that the president has demonstrated leadership. He just come and preach peace. Okay. And I'm sure that we won't judge him harshly, because there are so many things the president has been quiet about. Okay. And I'm sure this was something that was urgent. Then you can't keep quiet, for example, like his farm was invaded. That one he kept quiet. He's kept quiet about many things. But you see, this one is a matter of time. If you keep too much quiet, you'll wake up and find when everything is gone. Okay, Dr. Fredo Gola, thank you so much for speaking to us tonight. Dr. Fredo Gola is a scholar, and he is also a political analyst. And asante sana. I hope to see you in the coming weeks, coming back to KTN. Away from that, let's talk about some other stories making headlines, because Azimio leader Raila Odinga is expected